hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got them in they feelings. Yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got game, Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a Sprinter. What's a two up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta give respect for my job, it ain't easy. In a good mental state of God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off. This hard work gon' pay off.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us south of the border to the vibrant capital of Mexico City. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks and the Mexico City Golden Eagles. A happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he returns this to the 22. Right away, they'll change the look. Now Herbert to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. But you look at this defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They find some open field here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. Brought down on the play by Amani Hooker.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now Locke throwing on second down. No escape from Locke, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
To the left side and intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin with Henry. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
St. Brown in motion right. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Golden Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Here's Moore. He will return it. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's Locke. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
From the gun, it's Locke. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. This is taken at about the 14. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. Play action now. Levis. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. In motion right is Hopkins. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. And touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Golden Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here comes Eskridge. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Taking it right down Broadway through the middle of the field. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Khalil Herbert, 45 yards. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A 1st down carry for Henry. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Levis. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Lock it in motion right. Herbert powering up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Block off of play action. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith and Jigba from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. St. Brown in motion right. Henry again on 2nd down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 78 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. Levis back to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Now inside the 25. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Locke to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Shotgun snap to Locke. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Levis to throw off play action. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there. No hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. First and 10, it's Levis. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Levis to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
He's going to go up top again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Traylon Burks as the first half is winding down. And the Golden Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
Here's Moore. He will return it. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's taken to the 26. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success.
And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Locke going to keep this. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Locke looking to change the play. On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Locke now on 3rd and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Oh, the slant complete to Hopkins. And they work this out past the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. On the counter, it's Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Levis now on 1st and 10. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Reek Woolen in on the stop.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jaron Reed breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, it's Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Levis sets up to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Levis. Caught left side, Hopkins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And Levis going back to the air. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. A lock in the Seahawks now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off the play fake. Lock. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Block now to throw. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now Locke again. Going right back to Fant. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Locke. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
2nd and 10. In motion, the tight end. Locke will try again on 2nd down. He hits his target, Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They get this out quickly to the left side. Touchdown! Khalil Herbert. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful, and the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the base.
Well, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Levis. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late.
Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Levis looking to throw it.
Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 5. Levis out of the shotgun now.
The 20. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Levis to throw it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
They'll go again with Herbert.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
That is caught by Herbert.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now Locke, gotta have this one. And it's gonna be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's Spears on 2nd down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Levis. And a quick throw here that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Hand off to Spears. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Golden Eagles